So Tesla finally dropped an update to their iPhone app. This is version 4.0. It's been kind of stagnant, kind of been unchanged for a while, and now the design language of the app kind of matches the car interior UI. So I really love that. I think there's a lot of great things coming soon, but for now, let's go over all the features of the new app. I just want to show it to you because it looks so cool. So the first thing you notice, the car on this screen literally matches the car inside. Like it looks like the same model almost, just a little bit different color. But it really responds to a lot of different things you do. So currently right now it's not charging, but let me come over here and plug it in and show you what happens. So once I plug it in, the app takes a few seconds to update. Now you can see it's charging. It shows 5 minutes remaining, the amps, the kilowatts, everything like that. And there's a nice little green animation of the energy flow. We're gonna see the energy flow elsewhere in the app as well when it comes to the Powerwalls and the solar. So I like that the design language is very much the same and carries over between products. And then from here, you can set the charge limit. I usually keep mine at 90%. You can go higher or lower. Of course, the recommended range is between 50 and 90%. And also too, from the app, we can unlock it. This will start the air circulation if we hit that. You can hear it turning on right now. We're gonna turn that off. And then here's the option for the front trunk. And it says you will need to manually close it. Are you sure? Because of course you don't wanna open it remotely and unable to close it. Because the proper way to close it is with 2 hands. It will not close manually. Okay, so now let's kind of dive deeper into the options. If we go to controls, take a second to appreciate this. When you hit controls, the car kind of like has this amazing animation. Like this is a 3D model, and now we can see some more options where we can open the front like we could before. We can lock and unlock the vehicle. We can also open the trunk as well. And you can even see the charging is still kind of flowing. That looks really cool. Also at the bottom, you can flash the lights. It's taking a second. There we go. That's kind of if it gets lost in a garage. Honk. That was very loud in here. And then there is a remote start option, so you hit that and it will kind of count down. This will allow a third party to get into your vehicle. So basically someone has 2 minutes to get into the Tesla and drive it. So if you need somebody to move it, say if you're out of town, you can remote start it and they can move it no problem. And then the last option is for home link. That will open my garage door. I don't want to do that right now, but you get the picture. So far, none of this is really new. It's just kind of refreshed a new way to display the same information. The biggest thing right now that I love is just the visualizations. The animations are so slick, and the car 3D model and animation looks great. So now if we go to climate, which again, appreciate this. When you click climate, the interior of the car is 3D rendered. The seats are like 3D models, Even the interior matches. So the white interior matches this. We can, turn on the heated seats from here. There we go. So, we have all 5 heated seats on. The vents are blowing. We can adjust the temperature. We can vent the wheels. Why am I saying wheels? Vent the windows. Why am I struggling with the word windows? So here, basically the same thing, but there's one change. You can send a command to your Tesla, and you don't have to wait for the Tesla to wake up. In the previous app, if you would go to climate, there would be like a spinning wheel, and you would have to wait for the Tesla to wake up from a deep sleep before you could send the command, which would be very annoying, if you're like trying to get ready to leave, you have to like wait and watch it. This, you can set it, it's good to go, it will send it when it wakes up by itself. And then there's the option for location. I don't want to dox myself, but if you go to the map, you can zoom out and find nearby superchargers. and you can see their availability, and you have an option to send it to the car if you want to. The one change I've noticed, we don't have an actual quick way to see nearby chargers and destination chargers. That seems to be removed from the app right now, so that's odd. So I did play around with Summon in my driveway, and I took it to a parking lot. It behaves exactly the same. The only difference is that Summon and Smart Summon is now basically contained in one part of the app, whereas in the past, I think Summon was made, and then Smart Summon was made like years later, and they were just kind of separate. Now they seem like they were kind of more made, thought together. Do not quote me, but I feel like this is kind of setting up for more advanced Summon features, you know, where it could go park itself, or maybe expand the radius, or who knows. I just think like I've said before, this whole app is just kind of a good setup for more features, smarter features, more autonomous features to come in the future. The security spot has an option to activate Sentry mode, Valet mode, and speed limit mode. Nothing new here, just kind of a different, look. The upgrade spot is basically the same. You have an option to, buy software upgrades or subscribe. But a change is that you now have access to the Tesla shop. So this is kind of like what you would see on the browser, but now you have the option to buy stuff from the app. So that's pretty cool. That's a bonus for Tesla and shareholders, more money to be made, because I'm sure more people are in the app than they are on the browser. And the service pretty much looks the same. Correct me if I'm wrong, were the video guides always in the app? I don't remember, I don't think so. And you can see your history just like before. I've never had to use roadside assistance, thank God. But I assume it's pretty much the same, just a slightly different look. And then at the bottom, it says your type of Tesla, so Model 3, and then the variant, so the long range. I don't think it said the long range in the old app, so that's a welcome change to see. Also too, if I click my face up here, I had the ability to actually add a profile, and we can see our car, our Powerwalls, and our solar. And then again, here's a link to the Tesla shop, so that's very cool. One thing I noticed, if you go into accounts and go to charging, you can see your supercharger history directly from the app, so that's pretty cool. I have referral credit, so I get free supercharging wherever I go. So that's a good little bonus there. The loot box for people that use referrals and stuff like that. If we click view past referrals, they're actually separated by car and solar. So that's great because car referrals, I don't really care much about. I get free supercharging miles, and I have a lot. I'll never use them all. I'm really curious about my solar referrals. So the fact that I can click them and keep track of who ordered, if they've been installed and stuff like that, it's way easier for me. My favorite part of the app is coming up. So if we swipe over, this is where we can see the updated power flow for the Powerwalls and the solar. It looks so good. I love this 3D visualization. An odd thing though, basically the way the app is set up, it's basically by your house. So I have Florida house, which is this house, and then I have solar, but it's also a house. The way it's been explained to me, I had my system installed when they had solar and Powerwall as two separate products. Now when they install solar and Powerwall, it's like one separate product. It's one product, it's like your house. So basically, this should technically, if we go by the old app, this will be called Powerwall, and this is solar. I assume eventually they're gonna clean it up for me, where it would just be this, and this wouldn't be here, because this is kind of just repetitive, not needed. So we're just gonna go right here. This is like our main setup. So here, if you click the name, you can rename it. If you click the solar panels, you can view your generation. Basically, clicking it takes you to exactly what you would expect. And here we can see that we're generating 2.6 kilowatts of solar energy. 1.4 kilowatts is going to the grid, and 1.2 is going to the house, and the Powerwalls remain at 100%. If we click down here, the energy usage, it kind of takes us to the same place. We can view home usage, solar generation, Powerwall, discharge, and net grid use. And there's this little button at the top where you can click, and it kind of shows you where all the power is going. So basically the solar energy, what went to your home, what went to your Powerwall, what went to the grid. One thing that people seem a little bit unhappy about, you can't really click home, solar, Powerwall, and grid and see all four at once. It's kind of like you're kind of shown what the app wants to show you. So that would be one suggestion. Can we please view home, solar, Powerwall, and grid all at the same time like before? Impact appears to look the same to me. You can see your home usage, your solar production, the percentages. Settings is pretty much the same, but they actually removed backup only mode. So in the previous app, you had an option for backup only mode or self-powered mode. Backup only mode meant that your Powerwalls would only be used when the power went out. They would not power the house in typical day-to-day situations. Now you just have a slider. So it's basically assumed you're in self-powered mode, and you adjust the percentage that you want. So like right here, 50% reserved for grid outages, 50% used for self-powered. The recommended is 20/80. So basically your Powerwalls will drain to 20% and sit there, and the remaining 20% will be dedicated to if the grid goes out. I've been making a habit to have it on 100%. So 100% reserve energy for grid outage. This is equivalent to backup only mode. I have it set on this for a few reasons. One, it's hurricane season in Florida, so there's always a lot of storms. There's a bigger chance of the power going out. Two, my net energy metering contract with my utility company, I get one-to-one net energy metering. So it doesn't really benefit me to store and use my own power. Eventually, it's going to get up to a point where my electric company probably isn't going to pay me properly, and that's where the Powerwalls will really come in handy. And I do agree that it's kind of cool to use your own energy, store your own energy, but in the summertime, during hurricane season, I like to leave it like this, because if my power ever goes out, I don't want these to be at anything less than 100%, you know? It just makes sense to me. And so basically here at set control mode, it used to be self-powered, backup only, and time-based. Now it's just self-powered and time-based. I don't use time-based because I don't have any type of like special peak and off-peak prices for my electric company. Yours may be different. Storm watch mode, that's nothing new. I keep storm watch mode on. That basically allows the Powerwalls to monitor any potential storms or hazards coming. If storm watch mode enables, they will stay charged up to 100%, and they can be charged from the grid in that situation. Every other time, the Powerwalls can only be charged from solar power, but storm watch mode allows them to be charged from the grid. And then at the very bottom, there's vehicle charging when off grid. This isn't new either, but you can basically adjust how much you want for your house and how much for your car. I honestly would rather my house be powered than my car, so I keep it like 95.5. And honestly, if a storm is coming and I think the power is going to go out, I'll probably unplug my car, because I value a comfortable house, a comfortable house with air conditioning, the TV running, the internet working, the fridge on, over my car having range. Like, the car will be fine. And then at the bottom, there's a support link, which is nothing new, but for some reason, support went away on my app. So now it's back. So if I ever need help with my solar, you know, it's all right here. Okay, one really needed update to this app is that, say if you were on your house right here viewing your solar energy, if you go to Google Maps and want to share this location with your Tesla, it actually works now. It says sending, and it will send to your car, and then it will show up in your navigation. On the previous app, if your Powerwalls were highlighted, it would say, please select your Tesla. It would always want you to have your car selected for whatever reason. I mean, if I'm on my Powerwalls and I share with my Model 3, it's common sense, like where it should go. Obviously, I'm not sharing my map data with my Powerwalls. So I'm glad the latest update, version 4, kind of included some common sense. So now no matter where you are in the app, you can share map data and it goes directly to your vehicle. Same thing would work with, YouTube links, Netflix links, it'll all go to your car. And one feature that should be coming soon, directly from the Powerwall energy flow, there should be an option to click go off grid. So with the press of a button, you can go offline, isolate yourself from the grid, basically do a backup test where you're not talking to the grid at all. Currently, right now, to do that, you have to go outside to the Tesla Energy Gateway and flip a switch. So that will be kind of cool to check out as well. Also, too, to view your backup history, you actually have to go to Impact and click View All Events. So that's like one extra click, which is a little weird, but anyway. I have been waiting for an update for such a long time. I've had this vehicle for over 2 years. The app itself has pretty much stayed the same, where the car UI has continuously improved and gotten better. So I'm so glad that the app kind of caught up, kind of matches the same sexy UI as the car. And I hope it just continues. I hope this is just a start. This is maybe a start to an improved total experience, maybe full self-driving beta coming out, maybe version 11 coming out. I'm hoping like it all just kind of intermingles together at one and makes a really good experience. We can only hope. I'm gonna put 2 videos for you to watch right here and here, so make sure you click those as well. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna make new Tesla content all the time. Have a great day. Bye.